Well, good evening, brave and heroic Iranians. I would like to express my condolences to the family of the two scientists who were murdered. And this is because the US government, like most Western governments, is up to their lying eyes in Zionism. They are the proxies for Zionism, and therefore they are responsible for Mossad attacks and should be held responsible. And certainly the Republican Congress candidate for the presidency, who said today that it was, quote, wonderful, unquote, what had happened to those nuclear scientists who are actually bringing medical assistance to the world with their science, actually have been described by pro-Zionist, Christian Zionist lunatics like the Republican congressman as wonderful. This man should be arrested. The world should protest at such an absolutely inhumane and uncivilized remark. And this is the eye-opener for the American public, to realize that their representatives and their potential presidents are going to be loathed throughout the world for any right-thinking people. And so is the UN, if it's going to actually allow this kind of behavior to go ahead and be misrepresented as somehow civilized, when it is sheer terrorism. And really we must ask the Occupy Wall Street, the Occupy APAC, the Occupy City of London people to back up their claim. With the Iranian, we must preempt this attack on Iran and its nuclear medical scientists and, in fact, the brave stance of the Iranians against the New World Order in total. I am hugely admiring of the stamina and strength and vitality of the Iranian people. I'm sorry, but it's very difficult to hear your question across the satellite, but I think you are asking me about the this is state terrorism, yes, on the part certainly of Israel, because its motto is the Talmud, make war by way of deception. There is no question that those who collude with the Israeli government are not responsible equally, and they should all be held to account. If we had a UN that was actually doing its duty by the rest of the world, but this is a difficult thing because the UN actually was set up by Zionists. Its first was the League of Nations, which was an Israeli initiative. Then came the UN, and unfortunately, its founding was actually quite criminal itself, because it was not looking for justice in the Nuremberg trials upon which its laws are based. Nevertheless, there are 193 nations that could stand up if they had the backbone that Iran has and the courage that the Hamas people have to actually say, let us have civilization. Let us not have this pro-Zionist lunacy that is actually shaming us all in the West for allowing this kind of action to take place with the nuclear scientists. Well, regrettably, we have been occupied very substantially by pro-Zionism. We have been Judaized in the West. We have adopted their horrible intentions, and so that you see how disgraceful we can be now in the pictures we saw today from Afghanistan and those appalling army activities. We are seeing shocking behavior from congressmen who are actually saying such murder is wonderful. We are truly denigrating ourselves with this pro-Zionism that we have adopted in the West. And we must simply stand up and make the White House not occupied Israel, but actually returning to its constitution where it does not meddle in foreign countries like Iran. Iran actually is a very good role model for America. It does not interfere with other countries. It is a brave people. It is not intimidated by all these sanctions, by all this underhand behavior. Bravo to the Iranians. They are a stout and stoic people and a peace-loving people. And they can be no more of a role model to the West and to America. I ideally wish that the Americans would open their eyes and see that Iran is a leader in the world for humanitarianism and civilization. And bravo and ongoing to the Khomeini revolution.